1+2 throw. Jin has so many ways to launch off this floor break. For Demon Paw whiff punish, toe kick. Watanabe's lead vanished. 10 seconds left. The new stuff, that's not the punish anymore. He took it out of Run It Black's playbook, and he is going to take game one. I can't believe it. American. Made in America. It wasn't made safe. It was made -12 and no stagger, but it's still insane. That's God, I'd be so mad. People can't adapt to low pair in that. That's on them. Change my mind. It's not that they can't adapt. It's that the change is made so that it's made so that people will get got. There are changes made to moves to balance a character. That is a change made to punish people for actually practicing. That's what that is for. That's the problem people have to move. Nobody has any doubt in their mind that a year from now, the pros will punish it. Nobody has any doubt that the pro players will be able to deal with it. But you're putting them in a pro circuit after giving them 4 weeks to undo 30 years of muscle memory for one move in on a character where every character has 80+ moves. Be real, man. Be real. and besides, it's not even, in my opinion, it's not even a good it's not a good change for any level of play. It's not a good change for every level of play. For the highest level of play, if you introduce frame data changes like that, you are rolling back the clock or rolling back the metagame on the more advanced mind games. If you're changing frame data just for the sake of changing frame data, you've put the pros back in do homework mode rather than make interesting mind games mode. That was a sick orbital. That's the first problem. If you look at the mid-level, okay, the people who are not labbing for their careers 8 to 10 hours a day, think about the player who logs off of work but likes taking Tekken seriously, right? They come, they got 2 hours to play every night at most. They actually care about getting better. They start labbing. You change that work for them. Why would they feel motivated to lab anymore? They're not pro players. They don't have all day to lab, but they actually decided to improve their defense to get a little bit of improvement. Now it's gone. The only people that benefit from it are the Jin players. Consider the people who maybe took a break from Season 1. And they come back in Season 2, and maybe the game is a bit more balanced. I hear the sidestep is better. I hear that, oh, combos are doing less damage. You know, maybe we can play the game more. Oh, but all the defense I learned is changed. So maybe I just don't even want to play Tekken at this point because I have to relearn everything. I'll just keep playing what I was playing before. It's not a good change for many levels of play. Isn't that low doo-doo because of how reactable it is? I have a detailed explanation in another video. But the whole point was that you make plays on the mind games of Jin having reactable string extensions creates mind games on whether he'll finish the string or not. Down forward 1-4, down forward 1-4-4, or down forward 1. It doesn't have to be a hitting mix-up. You can gather data on whether the opponent is looking for the string extension or not trying to react at all, and you play to abuse that specific opponent. So Jin does down forward 1-4, he gets ducked. Okay, now he knows the opponent's looking for the duck. Can he hit the mid? Are they sharp there? Okay, the opponent is fucking speed kicks, and he can duck the high and react to the mid. Now you just play the down forward 1 and take your mental frames, and play mind games off the down forward 1. Maybe the opponent is somewhere in between, like he's like a FDX who can duck the high, but only if he's focused. Now you have mind games to play based on where his focus is, and you abuse that. You know, that's cooler to me than, oh, we made it faster so you can't react and it's safer. Less mind games, more just rock, paper, scissors. Whether or not the low is reactable or not is irrelevant. It's the idea that for the, I don't want to say the majority of players because that might not statistically be true. But if you look at like the sets, the segments of the player population, you have people who don't play Jhin, people who play Jhin. That change affects this segment of the population more than it affects this segment of the population, right? It affects this segment of non-Jhin players at every level, except the absolute beginner who is not blocking or doesn't know strings. It's designed to rob the people who have practiced. It makes no difference to the people who didn't practice. In a game that is notorious for having a huge barrier of entry because of knowledge, you've deleted the save data of people who weren't experts yet either. There are the pros who have finished the JRPG that is Tekken. They're in the post game, right? You delete their save, they'll figure it out again. What about the mid-level players who have gotten halfway through the story and you delete their save? Do they want to pick up the game again? That's what I'm saying, bro. I like, imagine, cool story, bro? Yeah, cool fucking chat message, bro. See you in hell. God damn it. Like, I play Street Fighter casually, right? Or like semi-seriously. When I take a break and they update all the characters, it's very overwhelming to come back to the game. The few things that I decided to practice, it's very discouraging if they change that. Tekken has more to lab than Street Fighter does. And they've done 1,500 changes. You know? To me, it's crazy. To me, it's crazy. I can't imagine deleting the save of the semi-casual players, the tourists, the novices, the semi-sweats. Yeah, we see the pros getting got, and it's kind of funny if you're a spectator, because, oh! But if you think about the people who don't even go to tournaments, but still practice and stuff like that, it affects them a lot more. That's what I'm saying, man. So Tekken should only appeal to the 1%? That was a great way to not listen to what I said. And with that, that's the end of this video.